So we are doing Glimpses of a Great Soul. Very enjoyable book. I'm just really appreciating this so much.
Yeah.
So I will be very sad when we're over with this book. We are in Calcutta, July 25th, 1927. It's a letter, obviously. Received your letter of July 19th in time, and the one written previously. I could not answer, as I was busy with much troublesome work. Do not mind the delay, accept my blessings and good wishes always, and convey them to C and all other members of the ashrama. I am managing much as usual. The rains have begun here again since yesterday. As far as possible, I've answered your questions. Hope this will be able to solve at least some of your doubts. Wishing you well. And then, number 1, how the Lord attracts the Kundalini Shakti and the place from which that power rises up, and the exact place in the brain from which it meets the Paramatma. These things can be understood only when samadhi has become customary. So I guess we don't have to worry about that information, do we? Speaking personally, it is not possible to make one who has never experienced samadhi understand that. For this is a thing to be experienced. It cannot be understood by reasoning. That's absolutely true. That's samadhi by definition, and that highest spiritual experience is avam manasa gocharam, that which is beyond the reach of speech and mind. It's like, can't be described because the human intellect is too limited. What is written in the Shiva Samhita and other books, i.e., the Kundalini rising up from the 4-petal lotus in the Muladhara, is correct. The same thing is written in Swamiji's Raja Yoga, page 66. The aim of pranayama is to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, that is the power within the Kundalini at the base of the spine, that is coiled in the Muladhara. The picture was done in America. That's the picture that Swamiji drew in Raja Yoga. And the artist of that country did not draw it exactly right. Not surprising. The jiva, number 3, the jiva enters into samadhi when the mind rises to the Ajna chakra, situated in the brow. That's right in this area. And the Leela Prasanga 3, page 70, is the great master. He's mentioning the page number in the Bengali edition. It seems I emerged in him, he's quoting from the Leela Prasanga, quoting, I believe, Sri Ramakrishna. It seems I emerged in him and become one with him, but actually not become entirely one. If the mind gets down from this chakra, it may, at the most, come down to the throat or the heart. It cannot sink below that, end quote, and that, again, is from the Leela Prasanga or Sri Ramakrishna, the great master. The desire to stay with him day and night indicates the stage the mind has reached. 4. The seat of Jivanatman is in the heart, the lotus of the Anahata. The difference between the Jivatman and Paramatma is this. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Jiva, that is the individual soul, is in fetters, and Shiva is free from fetters. You will find something similar in the Katha Upanishad, Mendriya Manoyuktam Bojye Yayutor Manishinaha. When the Paramatma feels that he is one with the sense organs and the mind, he assumes the feelings of the jiva and enjoys the pleasures and sufferings of the world. Becoming unattached to the sense organs of the mind, the Paramatman leaves the feelings of the jiva and remains aware of himself. That is called the stage of Tadakarakarika. That I don't know. This is a new one. Tadakarakarika. The being of always something or other, okay? The visions of the gods and goddesses that come when the kundalinis in the 4th and 5th chakras are also called samadhi. This is bhava samadhi or savikalpa samadhi. If the kundalini of the jiva rises to the agya chakra, that's the one between the eyebrows, the mind does not come down. Remaining for 21 days constantly in samadhi, It merges completely with Paramatma in the Sahasrara, that's the top of the head. At this stage, if it is necessary that the body should remain in this world, everything is done through the grace of God, and an arrangement is made for breaking his samadhi by feeding him. Antaratman is the Atman with Antakarana, that is the mind stuff. The seat of the Antakarana is in the middle of the brow to the navel. The seat of the Antakarana is in the middle of the brow to the navel. That's a long one. The seat of the Buddhi is in the brain, of the mind in the throat, of the Ahamkara in the heart, and the Chitta is in the navel. 5. Intoxication caused by taking siddhi and hemp will subside by drinking water that has been used to wash rice. Possibly the intoxication of wine will also subside. 6. If the vision of the cremation ground comes during your meditation or dreams, it is good, not bad. 7. Some sadhakas remain sitting after they enter samadhi, that is experienced when the kundalini rises to the Agyat chakra. Okay, and that's the end of that letter. That was a kind of a big, long, complicated letter. Okay, here's another one. Calcutta, 25 Paush, 1328 of the Bengali era. Happy to receive your letter dated 29/12/21. While practicing Nadi Shuddhi, that is purification of the blood and nervous system, that's, I think, this kind of pranayama stuff, the number of inhalations and exhalations should be the same. For example, if the time devoted to puraka, inhaling, is 16 japa, the rechaka should be done the same amount of 16 japa. I'm well, accept my blessings, wishing you well. Okay, end of that one. 4th Magh, 1329 of the Bengali era. Dear S., glad to receive your letter of the 1st Magh. My gout in the leg is almost cured. I can even walk a little now. I went for a walk near the Ganga last evening. Yogin Ma's health as it was before. We've decided to take her to Kashi on the 15th Magh. Now, in other words, she's probably really sick at this point. And Yogin Ma was a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, a very close associate of Holy Mother. Now, whatever the Master and Mother will, that will be done. I think you are not yet cured. That is why your mind is still weak. Over and above that, worrying about illness of Yogin Ma makes your mind weaker and makes you think restlessly. Anyway, if it recurs again while sitting for japa and meditation, then for a week make japa for only 108 times, just to observe the rule, and read the Gita, the Katamrita, the Stavamala, etc. for the rest of the time. It seems to me that the mind will again come back to japa and meditation if you do this for 2 or 3 days. This restless condition of the mind comes now and then to everybody. It is nothing to worry about. After a while, this restlessness will go away, and you will be able to make japa and meditate with more devotion than before. Those who have been blessed by the Master and Holy Mother need have no fear. Know that the Master and Holy Mother will always hold them by the hand. Golatma has been in bed for the last 3 days because of gout in her leg. All are doing well in the boarding house. R had to go away all of a sudden because of a telegram from his sister. His sister had come to Hardwar on a pilgrimage, and it will be more convenient for her if R is with her. Accept the blessings of Yogin Ma for yourself and convey them to the others. Know you have my blessings always, and inform me when you write again whether the restlessness of the mind is gone or not. Wishing you well. I'm trying to think of who that is. Anyway, trying to think of who the person he must have written S. I wonder if it wasn't one of the nuns who would later become Sri Saradananda. Calcutta, 10th Shravan, 1330 BCE. Bengali area. I'm sorry, not BCE, Bengali era. Accept my blessings. Answer to your letter dated 8 Ashad is given below. 1. The general rule is to do 2 pranayamas each time you sit for japa and meditation, that is, in the morning and the evening. In the morning, when you first sit down, do 1 pranayama, and then at the end of the japa, do another, and offer this japa as I've told you previously. In the evening, repeat this. Those who pant for breath while doing the big number of 8, 32, 16, or Philippine the chest after doing it should only do 4, 16, 8 in the preliminary stage. Pranayama is to be done on an empty stomach, i.e. before taking food. With a full belly, you can do japa but not pranayama. 2. There will be no harm if the pranayama is done 4 hours after taking your meal. Observe this rule of pranayama during the day and at night. While doing pranayama, imagine the mantra is mixing with the air, awakening the kundalini in the Muladhara chakra, that's below the spinal cord, and then merging into the effulgent Paramatman in the head. 3. Meditate on Sri Guru, sitting on the 12-petaled white lotus above the eyebrows. The shlokas, the stanzas of meditation on the Sri Guru, are to be chanted at that time. Sri Bhagavan takes the effulgent form of him from whom initiation is taken and resides as Sri Guru on the 12-petaled lotus. While sitting for japa, meditation, worship, etc., first of all chant his dhyana mantra, that's his meditation mantra. Think of him and make pranams to him by chanting Om Akandamandalam Karam. That's from the Guru Stotra, the salutation to the Guru. 4. You are to visualize the Ishta or Sri Guru face to face, i.e., if you sit eastward, think that he is sitting westward. I see a note here, Om, salutations to the Guru who has made it possible, that's the Akandamandalam Karam. Om, salutations to the Guru who has made it possible to realize him by whom this entire universe of movable and immovable objects is pervaded. 5. The 1,000-petal lotus, that's one at the top of the head, is colored in different hues, not of one color. All the lotuses are inside the spinal column. All the sadhanas are accomplished through yoga. Don't confuse your mind by reading books. Afterwards, you will know what should be done. 6. It is best to do japa mentally, neither moving the tongue nor the lips, etc. 7. During japa, imagine the form and do the japa along with that. Accept my blessings. Tell S that I shall answer his letter at my earliest convenience. Convey my blessings to him. Wishing you well. Then we move on to the next letter of 31st Shravan, 1330 of the Bengali era. Happy to receive the news of your returning safely in your letter of August 12th. I'm sorry to hear that most of you were ailing a little while at Dhaka. Now I hope through the grace of the Master you are all fully well. I'm glad to hear that 8 or 10 devotees gathered together at your house every day and take part in holy reading, discussion, and singing. This is a very good thing. Singing the name and glory of God with other devotees helps to increase devotion and faith. Do not stop. Pay no heed to what people with opposite views say. If they see that there is an improvement in your life, then they will discover its benefit. It is not proper to argue or quarrel with anyone on this subject. It is harmful. Please accept my blessings and convey them with the others. My good wishes to the circle of devotees assembled there. Wishing you well. The next one is from 25 Agrahayan. Received your letter of Agrahayan 21st. The Guru is to be visualized on the 12-petaled white lotus. The white lotus is, in a way, part of the 1,000-petaled lotus. That is why some hymns of meditation have instructed that the Guru be visualized in the 1,000-petaled lotus. You may go on as you were doing. The birthday festival of the Holy Mother will be celebrated on December 30th. If I go to Kashi, that's now Varanasi, I shall do so after that. I'm well. Accept my blessings. All are well here. Wishing you well. And now we go to 31st Ashad. Received your letter of July 8th. Call on Holy Mother as you've been doing for so long. Meditate on the Mother in the way which gives you joy. Do not think she cannot be called upon without reciting the Sanskrit mantras. Do the worship with feeling. Just as we do when beloved ones come to our house, we give them a seat, we wash their feet, we put garlands around their neck, offer them a bath, and feed them. So also do that for the Master and Mother. The essential thing is love. If it is there, everything will be there. When japa and dhyana, that is meditation, are finished, offer japa saying, Lord, do that by which knowledge and real good come. That's so sweet. And then pray to him. Self-surrender is the best worship. Even when you do not get flowers, sandal pastes, think, Lord, let the feeling that I give away everything at your feet be constant. Of course, the scriptures say that the guru should be visualized as seated on the white lotus in the head, and that the Ishta on the red lotus in the heart. I do not know whether you will get joy in doing that. Do what gave you joy before. Know you have my blessings and good wishes always, and convey them to your husband, children, and others. I'm well. All are well here. We got the pineapple you sent. I also took from it. It was very good. Let the Lord keep all of you well. That is my prayer. Wishing you well. And the next one is from Puri, Shashi Niketan, August 13th, 1915. My dear Jayachandra, I was pleased to receive your letter some time ago. It was delayed since I left Calcutta in June and was staying at the above address. My plan is to continue to stay here until August 29th and then return to Calcutta. You are thinking of visiting Bellarmont during the Durga Puja holidays. That's a good idea. The mott belongs to you. The mott belongs to all. You are welcome to be a guest of the mott when you wish to visit it. What advice am I to give you? Make the pure lives of Ramakrishna and Swamiji your ideal. Always remember their noble virtues, and try to follow the path taken by these two great personalities. Apply yourself intensely to your studies for the attainment of knowledge, and try to be pure in thought, word, and deed. Our revered Holy Mother is now living in her village home in Jairambati. Probably she will come to Calcutta before winter. Accept our love and blessings. Yours affectionately. P.S. Please convey my love to your father when you write him. Okay, and his father is Chandra Chakravarti, an ardent disciple of Swami Vivekananda and author of the book Talks with Swami Vivekananda. Yeah, a really well-known person in the Ramakrishna movement. And then Almora, 23rd August. My dear Naran and Ganges, very glad to learn from Pramadas Babu's letter today that you've come to Benares and are about to start for Almora. We are very anxious to see you both, and for this reason loitered here for so long. If we fail to see you this time, we do not know when it will be possible to meet with each other. Pray be good enough to come up here early as you can. Please grant our request. We must wait here till your reply or as late as the second proximo. Upon hearing from you, Bhadri Shah is willing to make arrangements for your trip from our railway station up to here. We are all right. God be blessed that you are in good health. Affectionately yours, Sharat. Must be people that he knew long before he became a monk. Dear Pramada Babu, very happy to receive your letter and learn that you are in good health. Many thanks for your loving and good heart. Pramadas Babu was very close to Swami Vivekananda and was there in the very beginning of his traveling days, which would have been in the early 1880s. There is no use sending any passage money now because by the Lord's mercy, we're all well off here. If we should need money, then we would have to ask you. Please send word quickly of the date when Naran and Gangadhar plan to arrive. We must wait here. Our best compliments and love to you. We are affectionately yours, Sharat. Calcutta, May 15th, 1925. My dear Beatrice, that's Beatrice Cook, an English disciple. Your kind letter of May 9th has arrived. The question you've asked is a very subtle one. I do not pretend to know everything, and what I give you below are suggestions only. You are free to accept or reject them partially or wholly. The Puranas, which discuss the various incarnations of God, such as Rama, Krishna, Buddha, Chaitanya, and others, say that these God-men with their followers form, as it were, different families, each having its own family type or form. So Rama with his followers have distinct separate form from Buddha or Jesus with each of their followers. And every individual of one of these families, when perfectly developed, will become one with the God-men who started that family type or form. From that form, the individual will, in time, attain the formless one. The God-man of the present age, Sri Ramakrishna, has started a family type that gathers all the former family members into it. What the Master saw in his disciples was their family types or forms attached to their subtle bodies. And so he could immediately recognize from which family type each of them came. He saw that Swami Vivekananda belonged to a rare type of those who had become almost one with the formless one and were residing in a place high above the realm of the gods. In short, all duality. He saw that Swami Brahmananda was the playmate of Sri Krishna, and so on. The disciples of the Master who formerly belonged to different family types have attained an even higher type or form by their acceptance of the present God-man, and from that will reach the formless one. I do not know whether I'm clear or not, but I believe you will find some sort of sense in it if you think it over seriously. I would like to know what each of you thinks about my suggestions. Hoping this finds you all in good health and spirits, and with love and blessings to each of you, I'm yours affectionately. And the next one is to the same person, Shashi Niketan, Puri, August 18th, 1925. My dear Beatrice, all your kind letters have arrived, and though I have not written for so long, you and your affairs have always been in my thoughts. My long silence has disconcerted you a great deal, as your letters showed, and yet I could not write and tell you what was on my mind. Many things are responsible, some of which you can understand if I tell you, while a great many you cannot understand even if I tell you. It is literally true, and I am discovering it every day, that we cannot do anything, however little or simple, unless the divine being wills it. So I will not try to explain matters. I have given you entirely into the hands of the Master, and I am sure he will lead you to safety and surety in his own time, to truth and peace everlasting. With my love and blessings to you always, yours affectionately. November 4th, 1925. My dear Beatrice, 2 of your kind letters, those of October 5th and October 10th, are waiting for replies. As regards to Enid's affair, I trust it is a trial which has come to you to make you firm in your own vow that the children are the mother's and not yours. You will learn from it how even the best of us deceive ourselves in our attempts to give up everything to the Lord. We think that we love without selfish taint or hope of reward, but deep within us lurks the expectation that it should be returned. And we are at a loss when we find the response to be not exactly up to our inmost wishes. To make our words move always in unison with our thoughts is the highest of all attainments. Ramakrishna said, and Jesus said, "Be therefore perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect." Remember always that children have brought their own karma with their birth and will develop according to their own according to their own lines. To hold before them the highest ideal by our own way of life is all that we can do to help them. Now, regarding advice, in a general way, we all believe in giving advice, but applying the giving of advice to our daily lives is a very complex and a puzzling affair. Indiscriminate advice never brings the desired result. In many cases, it brings just the opposite result. So we try to give advice only when we care about the person and when we think our words will carry some weight. In the case of someone who is stubborn and very near and dear to us, and who, due to his lack of experience, is in imminent danger of being harmed by an insincere person, we must take the risk of being disbelieved and misunderstood and offer the advice and then leave the matter in the hands of the Lord. So you see, it is not possible to state a general rule of conduct. We must adapt ourselves to each individual case. The best we can do under such complex circumstances is what our Holy Mother used to do herself: meditate and calm your mind. Then, after thinking over the various aspects of your problems, pray to the Lord and do what flashes in your mind. That's important to remember, because Swami Vivekananda said the same thing is very, very helpful. First, calm the mind, and then pray, and then do whatever flashes in your mind. Yes, the Holy Mother initiated Dee without his asking, because she knows Dee more than he does himself, and knew that he would one day need it and love it. With my blessings, with my love and blessings to you and with the children, with my love and blessings to you and the children always, yours affectionately. And that is a really convenient place to stop because we start in a new section, which is comments on spiritual experiences. Okay, so Annie, that was a lot of heavy material in there. Some heavy, some sweet, some in between. Any comments or questions on any of that? John?
The pranayama, what is that?
Pranayama?
Yeah.
Is breathing in through one nostril, retaining it, and then breathing out through the other. It's
Oh,
breath
okay,
control.
that's what I wondered. I
Yeah.
just didn't quite
Yeah.
get it. Thank you.
And some people do it a little longer. They recommended never doing it more than 4 times, because if you do it longer, too much pranayama can really bring bad consequences, in the sense that to do it, you really should be to do more than just a few, several. You need to have the direction of a spiritual teacher with you, so he can see what's going on. You also need to have absolutely pure food, pure water, lead a very pure life, have anything that is impure crossing your mind as far as just reading material, what you run into. It's very strict, and people who kind of blow it and overdo the pranayama can really get themselves into trouble. We've run into a couple of cases here that were like really sad, that they can really go off they can go bonkers. Or this bookstore customer that we had probably 20 years ago, she came back, she said, oh, I'm going to go to the Himalayas, I'm going to India, I'm going to the Himalayas to study with the teacher. It's like, oh, that sounds fun, great, enjoy your time. She came back and she said, and she was just radiating heat. I mean, you could just feel it coming off her body. And then she went out, there's this big rock here in front of the temple by the drinking fountain. She was just standing there on top of the rock, just trying to cool down. She was like literally radiating heat. And I said, were you doing pranayama up there? She said, yeah, that whole thing, that's what we were doing for months, pranayama. I said, oh my God, stop it immediately. And I told her to go talk to Swami Saradananda, who was here, our head of our center at the time. Whether she did or not, I don't know. We never saw her again, but it was like, wow, you can. And this other one, it was years before I came here, before I moved in here, but I'd heard about it before, of a woman who'd done pranayama, and someone had called Swami Prabhavananda, and they said, basically, can you fix her? He said, no, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do at this point. Because you can really fry yourself with pranayama. So that's why they say because you need to do it under the direction, unless if you do just a few, like 4, no problem. It's before we do puja, or just as we start the puja, we do a pranayama just to kind of like to calm the nerves down. You breathe in Om, so breathe in, breathe out. It's very good, it's purifying, but people will do it to sort of get the kundalini going. And you can't get the kundalini going unless you're leading an absolutely pure life, and you've got a spiritual director right there, because you don't want to awaken the tiger when you're not able to control the tiger. You have to really build up your spiritual life. And as Swami Brahmananda pointed out, he said, no, the kundalini is raised naturally with the practice of japa. Just do japa. Just do it. Then it's normal, natural. Everything sort of goes in sequence. Don't try to be like the tortoise and the hare. Just don't try to make it a spiritual competition. Do it slowly and surely and naturally. So that's what we've always heard in our tradition. That's a long answer to a simple question.
I'm in no danger of worrying about that.
Are you sure? No, it's Sunanda I'm worried about.
What? I wouldn't do that.
I know.
No, I do. My yoga teacher does it, and I stop before she stops.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. How are you doing, Gunga? Good. It's cold and windy here. All right.
I wish it was here. It's like mid 80 degrees, almost 90s.
Oh, we're supposed to get into 80 by really soon, I think within a few days. Which, seems like an overreaction. So we have some announcements. On Saturday, we will have a reading of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna at 5 o'clock here. On Sunday, Swami Veda Rupananda will speak on the purpose of life. And next Wednesday, we will have another reading of Swami Saradananda. And Karma Yoga Day will be coming up. Oh, early announcement, 26, put it on your calendar. Annual members meeting online. Yes, be there or be square, 26th, 9:15 a.m. No. At 9:15 on the 12th, we have, it's like, God, they're not going to start that early. But we do have our Karma Yoga Day here on the 12th, which is a week from Saturday, from 9:15 to noon. So you can all take the train up or across and join us for Karma Yoga. And any other, I think that's it for announcements and everything else. All right, so we'll conclude with a chant. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. Jaima, Jaima.
Emma.